Hi, good evening. This is Arjun here and welcome to my show Wiki Techie. Today I am very excited because I have a product which is not yet there in the market. Do you know why I'm excited? Because I'll be able to give you all the tips and tricks with this product and all the specs that you would need to know about this before it comes onto the market, so you can be sure if you want to go for it or not. So let's get started. Let's talk the difference between a DSLR camera and a mirrorless camera. So to do this comparison, we have the best top-end line that anyone can ask for from the DSLR segment from Canon. So thanks to Canon Middle East, I have the 6D Mark II. So are you ready to see it? Let's go. So here's the box, and this is the brand new Canon 6D Mark II. 2012-ലാണ് Canon 6D പുറത്ത് കൊണ്ടുവന്നത്. അതിനുശേഷം ഇപ്പോൾ ഇത്രയും വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് ശേഷമാണ് ഒരു അപ്ഗ്രേഡ് വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഫോർ 6D. 6D Mark II ആണ് ഇപ്പോൾ വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. This is directly compared to the 5D Mark IV apparently, because 5D Mark IV is a full frame camera. If you ask me why, this one is the world's lightest full frame DSLR. This is rocking a 26.2 megapixel frame. At the same time, this is the lightest one. If you take it in hand, you won't even feel like you are carrying around a DSLR, because when you travel for landscape photography, you need to walk around a lot. So a camera like 5D Mark IV and all, even though it is a full frame, it is actually a little bit heavy when you have the lens on. But this one is the lightest one from Canon 6D Mark II. So this is the DSLR which we have here to compare, and the other one, which is the mirrorless camera from Canon, is the Canon M6. This is the brand new one. This is yet to come in the market. So yes, I'm very excited to show you today. This is Canon M6, which is a mirrorless camera. Now, let's talk about the difference. Always the DSLRs are a little bit heavy because, you know, ഒരു മിറർ അറേഞ്ച്മെന്റ് അതിനകത്ത് എപ്പോഴും അവർ കൊണ്ടുവന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. This has been there for a very long time, so DSLRs are still there, but the new technology which is coming is the mirrorless camera. So അതിൽ ഇപ്പോഴും ഇംപ്രൂവ്മെന്റ്സ് നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. സോണി അതേപോലെ മറ്റ് കമ്പനീസ് എല്ലാം തന്നെ ഇപ്പോൾ മിറർലെസ് ക്യാമറാസ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലും Canon കൊണ്ടുവന്നിരിക്കുന്ന M5-ന് ശേഷം കൊണ്ടുവന്നിരിക്കുന്ന mirrorless camera ആണ് M6. So mirrorless means when you take a picture, the image is directly reflecting onto the sensor. So there is no prism arrangement inside. So that is when a picture is taken, this is actually the light goes in, then it reflects from there to your viewfinder. Then once you press the shutter, the mirror opens and that frame that you see through the viewfinder goes directly into the frame. So this is the mechanism which happens in a DSLR. So this mechanism built in cheyanannundengil, you need a bigger body. So that is what makes the DSLR a little bit heavier and bigger. But this technology is all about when you press the shutter, the light is directly coming into the frame, so there is nothing inside that's needed. So the body is like really thin. You can see it over here. This picture over here. This is as thin as possible. We have point and shoot cameras. We have this size of mirrorless camera. And the best part is that you are getting as good as possible. അതായത് അത്രയും നല്ല ക്വാളിറ്റിയിലുള്ള പിക്ചേഴ്സാണ് നമുക്കിപ്പോൾ മിറർലെസ് ക്യാമറാസിൽ അവൈലബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ളത്. ആൻഡ് M6 is undoubtedly the best mirrorless camera that you can go for. So let's do the magic unboxing of Canon 6D Mark II. So this is official, and I don't think anyone would have seen in this part of the world this camera, and thanks to Canon Middle East for this. And we have the camera right here. So before we go into other things, I'm going directly onto the camera body here, which is here. Oh my god, this is unbelievable, because I've been personally using a 7D Mark II, and I have borrowed camera to test from my friends, you know, 5D Mark IV and the other cameras, the 60D and other Canon cameras that you have. But you will not believe, this is a full frame camera. This is a full frame camera from Canon, DSLR camera, and this is as light as it can get. So this is 6D Mark II, and let's get in detail with this one. First, we will have a detailed look at the body of this camera, Canon 6D Mark II. So, Canon the body, it's completely weatherproof. So even if you take it on the rain, and if you don't immerse it in water, if you take it in the rain and if you're nearby your pool or something, this is not going to have any problem because this is weatherproof. And the best part about it is the weight of this camera. It's very lightweighted, so you could feel it once you hold it in your hand. And the third thing which I really liked about this camera is its display. This display നമുക്ക് അധികം ക്യാമറാസിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ കാണാൻ സാധിക്കാറില്ല, especially when you look at the new trend and the new age cameras that's there in the market. This one is very useful. For example, if you're landscape photography നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, when you're going for a low angle shot, when you're keeping the camera down there, you can have a look at what you're going to take in the picture. And the best part is that this is touch screen as well. So when you switch it on, you will be able to see what all functions you will be able to use into this. കാരണം ഇതിൻ്റെ നമ്മൾ മൊബൈലിലെല്ലാം ഐഫോണിലും അതേപോലെ സാംസങ് മൊബൈൽസിലെല്ലാം നമ്മൾ ഫോട്ടോസ് എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ ടച്ച് ചെയ്ത് നമ്മൾ ഷട്ടർ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യാറില്ലേ, അതേപോലെ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ഇതിലും യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. സോ ദ ഈസ് ഓഫ് യൂസ് ഫോർ എ നോർമൽ പേഴ്സൺ ഹാസ് ബിക്കം വെരി ലൈറ്റ് in terms of a DSLR. So that's the best part about 6D Mark II. I like this ergonomics that this has with the screen. And in the box, if you see, there are so many details that they have given. So we'll have a look at it now. In the box, what you would see is they say it's a 26.2 megapixel sensor that it has, which is good enough. And with the one thing which attracted me is the ISO levels. ISO നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ ഒരു നൈറ്റ് ഫോട്ടോഗ്രാഫി എല്ലാം എടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ തന്നെ maximum that we go for is 1600 ISO ലാണ് പോകുന്നത്. സോ ഫോട്ടോഗ്രാഫേഴ്സിനൊക്കെ ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് ചിലപ്പോൾ മനസ്സിലാവുന്നുണ്ടായിരിക്കും. സോ 1600 ആണ് നമ്മൾ ISO maximum പോകാറുള്ളത്, because when we go above that, there will be a lot of noise that's there, even if it's in a video or if it's shot in for a picture. So they claim that this ISO level of 40,000 is much better than 5D Mark IV, which is a much expensive DSLR. 5D Mark IV ISO levels വെച്ച് നോക്കുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും നോയ്സ് ലെവൽസ് 6D Mark II വളരെ കുറവാണെന്നാണ് അവർ പറയുന്നത്. സോ 40,000 വരെ പോയതിനു ശേഷവും you won't find much of a noise that you will normally find in a DSLR. So this one feature will be exciting for those photographers who go for Milky Way shoot അതിനെല്ലാം പോകുന്ന ആൾക്കാർക്കൊക്കെ ഇത് വളരെ യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആയിരിക്കും 6D Mark II. And this has 45 autofocus points. That means when you are in sports photography അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും wildlife photography, you are trying to take a picture of something that's moving fast. So 45 points എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും the autofocus will be much faster, because when the subject is moving around, the camera will be able to pick up each point. That is 45 points, the focus will be quicker. So 45 AF points is much appreciable for 6D Mark II, which is a huge leap from the 6D back in 2012. And the other things which I explained before, this has a very angle LCD screen. So this is very useful when you're taking photos in different angles, so you don't have to bend your head or body to look at what you're going to take. So that's one thing. Then the fourth thing which I liked about this is the Wi-Fi and the NFC capability. So Wi-Fi and NFC in the പറയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും, when you take a picture, when you're on the move, when you're traveling, or a picture എടുത്തതിനു ശേഷം, if you want to immediately share it with someone, this has the Wi-Fi capability. So if you have a iPhone or any Android phone, easily you can transfer that picture from your camera towards your phones, and you can share it easily. So that's the other feature that I would like to emphasize in this particular camera. And other than that, if you ask me, the number one thing will be the light weighted camera, which is the light weighted camera in terms of the whole DSLR segment that you have. So that is the first point that I would like to emphasize on this particular model. So yes, that is Canon 6D Mark II full. But out of all the features that's there in this camera, which we have not running through the whole thing because that's been seen in all the other DSLRs. But the number one thing which I really liked it is this is the world's most light-weighted DSLR, that is Canon 6D Mark II, which I think you will have to hold it in your hand to feel it. So this is Canon 6D Mark II for you. Now we'll have a look at what all things are there in the box other than the camera. So once you take the camera off, you will have the paperwork of the Canon warranty card undavum, adavale the manual book undavum. Then you have the power cable which will help you to charge the battery. The battery life is really appreciable. Around 1200 shots edukan pattunna Canon claim cheyyunnathu. When you put a full charge camera, full charge battery, you'll be able to take around 1200 shots. So then you have the charger here, which you'll use to charge your battery, and nothing much, the battery itself, and the much celebrated strap which you get, which you can swing around. This is the Canon EOS 6D Mark II sling that you can use to connect to the camera. So this is what you have in the box. Other than that, I don't find anything else in here. So yeah, that's the unboxing of Canon 6D Mark II. So now let's unbox the brand new EOS M6 from Canon, which is the mirrorless camera. So let's do it right now, and I'm gonna open it from here. So when you open, you see thanks for choosing Canon, get started straight away, blah blah blah. Then when you open it again, we have the Canon warranty card. Then some manual book papers around it. Keeping it aside, you have the camera straight over here, and this one is fixed with this lens, with this kit lens of 1545, and you could see how light it is. We'll keep it aside, and before that we'll just look at what all things are there. Nammude palaya AV cable undallo, the yellow, white and red, that is there with it. If you want to connect it directly, take it out and give it to the TV. Then you have the power cable to charge your battery. Then you have the strap for it, and then you have the battery inside, right there inside. I'm not able to take it, but it's somewhere inside. So this is all you have in the box for the Canon M6. So now we'll go in detail with the camera, which is right here. So we'll keep the box aside for a while. Okay, so yeah, I will keep it over here. Yeah, and this is Canon M6. I should say idinte oru build quality valare beautiful and the same time it's not breaking your hand anywhere. It's like when you hold it, it's very comfortable, it's very thin and lightweighted, and this is rocking at 24.2 megapixel sensor aanallo. So DSLR namukku illa ennundengilum, when you're going for a street photography and all that, when you don't want to carry a bulky DSLR, this mirrorless camera will come in handy. So this is how it looks, and this is how the lens is given, that is 1545mm lens ആണ് കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്, and this is how it looks from the side. I hope you are able to see it. And you have the screen over here where you can, it's a touch screen where you can see what you're going to do. So basic things എല്ലാം തന്നെ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഇതിൽ എടുത്തു പറയേണ്ട കാര്യം എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ, you have a new dial over here which you won't find in mostly in all the DSLRs. So this dial is actually to adjust your exposure. So when you're on the daylight, afternoon നമ്മൾ വെളിയിലാണ്, നമുക്കൊരു ഫോട്ടോ എടുക്കണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ when it's very bright, നമുക്ക് ഡിജിറ്റലി പോയി അതിൻ്റെ എക്സ്പോഷർ ലെവൽസ് എല്ലാം നമുക്ക് എപ്പോഴും കുറയ്ക്കാനും കൂട്ടാനൊക്കെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട് വരാറുണ്ട്. സോ ഈ ക്യാമറയിൽ you have it right there, using your thumb you can just choose whether to go for plus or minus. In that way you can adjust your exposure levels so you get a clear shot. And talking about the 24.2 megapixel sensor in the karyam parayumbodhekkum നമുക്ക് ഏറ്റവും high end pictures ആണ് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നത്. So using a DSLR, what quality pictures you will be getting almost equal thing. And one thing which I personally felt like, you know, there is no viewfinder in this. So in DSLR use ചെയ്ത് നമ്മൾ DSLR വളരെയധികം യൂസ് ചെയ്ത ഒരാളാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ when there is no viewfinder, it's little difficult to take all the pictures just by looking at the screen. You know, you get to see what you're going to take on the screen and you don't have a viewfinder to look through. So in that way, one disadvantage which will add up to that would be, without the viewfinder, the battery can drain a little bit faster. But what Canon says is that for this camera, the battery that's been provided will be good enough for a long time life for the camera, battery life. But ഈ ഒരു സ്ക്രീൻ ഫുൾ ടൈം ഓൺ ആയിരിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കുന്നു വെച്ചാൽ the battery can drain. But for this you will have to invest $200 extra or something of that sort so you can have a extra digital viewfinder which you can connect to the camera. Then you have a viewfinder. In that way you can save up the battery. So this is one thing which is there. And if you see the flash over here, it's little bit little bit funny over here. You could see it coming out. So this is how the flash works. They developed this technology so in that way they could make the body a little bit smaller. So you have a flat surface and you have the flash coming out like that. So that looks really nice. You know, the one നമ്മൾ wall ഈ സിനിമയിലെല്ലാം കണ്ട റോബോട്ടിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഫേസ് പോലെയൊക്കെയാണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഇത് ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്, which is really interesting to see in this design. So yes, that is Canon EOS M6 for you, and I'm not explaining or going in detailed with it because it has all the other features that you will be expecting out of a DSLR in this mirrorless camera. So this is M6 that you have to watch out for, which is coming out in the market very soon from Canon. So thank you Canon Middle East for giving me this product to review. ബ്ലൂടൂത്ത് സ്പീക്കേഴ്സും ഹെഡ്ഫോൺസും അതേപോലെ മറ്റ് ബ്ലൂടൂത്ത് റിലേറ്റഡ് ഗാഡ്ജറ്റ്സ് ഇപ്പോൾ വളരെ നാളായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് മാർക്കറ്റ്സിൽ അവൈലബിൾ ആണ്. പക്ഷേ ഇതിനെല്ലാം ബീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന പോലെ ഒരു പ്രൊഡക്റ്റും ഇതുവരെ മാർക്കറ്റിൽ വന്നിട്ടില്ല. സോ ദിസ് ഇസ് വെയർ ആപ്പിൾ കെയിം ഇൻ ടു പ്ലേ. സോ ബ്ലൂടൂത്ത് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് നമുക്ക് ആദ്യം ഓർമ്മ വരുന്നത് കണക്ഷനാണ്, റൈറ്റ്? സോ വെൻ യു ടേക്ക് എ മൊബൈൽ ഫോൺ ഓർ വെൻ യു ടേക്ക് എനി ഓഫ് യുവർ അതർ ബ്ലൂടൂത്ത് ഇനേബിൾഡ് ഡിവൈസസ്, നമ്മൾ ആദ്യം അതിൽ ബ്ലൂടൂത്ത് സെഗ്മെൻറ്റിൽ പോകുന്നു, നമ്മളത് സെർച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നു, ബ്ലൂടൂത്ത് ഡിവൈസ് അതിൽ ലിസ്റ്റഡ് ആണോ നോക്കുന്നു, then you have to connect. Sometimes you need passwords. So by the time you connect to it, you lose interest of, you know, even if it's listening to music or watching a movie, you're losing that interest because you have a lot of process that's going on to connect to a Bluetooth device. So now what Apple has done is Apple has come out with this magical product. This has been there in the market for quite a long time. പക്ഷേ ഇപ്പോഴും UAE നമുക്ക് ഇത് അവൈലബിൾ ആണോ എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ yes, it is available here and there, but if you are going to the Apple store, they say it's out of stock. So this is nothing but the Apple AirPods. So I've been waiting to review this for a very long time, but ഇപ്പോഴാണ് എനിക്കൊരു hands on experience എനിക്ക് കിട്ടാൻ സാധിച്ചത്. For past 1 or 2 weeks I've been using this, and I should say that this is really out of the world. The reason being, before even I speak about it, I will show it to you why it is. So now I have my iPhone, okay, and this is the Apple AirPods, the earphones that they have come out with, the wireless ones. So once I switch it on, I just have to open the AirPods and it's done, it's connected. There's nothing else, and it shows the percentage, 100% the earphones are charged and 93% the case is charged. It shows over here, and once you take it out, and this is for my left ear and the other one is right, it's connected and there's nothing that I need to do for a connection over here. So this is the technology that they brought in. So for this technology, what Apple has done is Apple has something called the W1 chip, which is used within the AirPods, and there is the W1 chip which is there within the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. So once you open the box, the technology is once you open the box, it immediately recognizes that there's an iPhone nearby and gets connected. Once it's paired with this iPhone, this is paired forever unless you go inside the settings and then you forget the device. So once you have opened it and once you have connected it, then the next time that you're taking this out of the case, you just have to put it on your ear and that's it. You don't have to do anything. And the second feature which is of great interest about this product is ഇതിപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പാട്ട് കേട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആരെങ്കിലും അടുത്ത് നമ്മൾ ഫോണിൽ സംസാരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ and if you want to really cut it off and you want to talk to someone, you don't have to pull the phone out of your pocket and press the pause button. ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു AirPod left or right, if you take it out, the moment you take it out, the function will go on a pause mode. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ അത് pause ചെയ്തതിനു ശേഷം once you put it back again, it starts playing. So that's a really interesting feature with this thing. And ആദ്യം ഇത് മാർക്കറ്റിൽ വന്നതിന് ശേഷം എല്ലാവരും സംസാരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത് ഇത് ഇത്രയും ചെറിയ സംഭവമല്ലേ, so when you put it on your ear, when you move your head, it might fall എന്നുള്ളൊരു കംപ്ലൈൻറ്റ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷേ it has come out of that problem also, because when you're using this, it doesn't fall at all. Even if you're running, if you're dancing, if you're moving your head like crazy, nothing happens. This doesn't fall at all. That's how Apple has designed it. And this has won the market of the Bluetooth headphones, if you might ask. But the price factor is one which is really hitting over here. 649 dirhams ആണ് ഇപ്പോൾ മാർക്കറ്റിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അത് മേടിക്കണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ directly from Apple, and that price is of a higher note when you ask about Bluetooth speakers presently in the market. And once you put this back in the case, it automatically will start charging your left and right AirPods. So you don't have to do anything. Once your box is the AirPod case is charged, when you're on travel, you just need to put it back, and when you're traveling, this is automatically charging. So almost around 4 hours or 5 hours എന്നുള്ള ഒരു ചാർജ് നമുക്ക് ഇതിനകത്ത് കേസിൽ തന്നെ ഉണ്ടാവും. So once you charge, you can listen up to 6 to 8 hours of music with your AirPods. So this is Apple AirPod, the brand new Bluetooth technology that has come out with W1 chip from Apple. I hope you enjoyed the Canon 60 Mark II review and EOS M6, which is coming out in the market very soon, and the Apple AirPods that you all been waiting for the review. And I'll see you next week again with a lot of new gadgets, and always you can email me to the email ID which you see down there. And yes, I'll see you next week. This is Arjun signing off from Wiki Techie.